This is a quick introduction to Andiamo Places, which is an app for creating travel guides and travel journals. On this page, you see the home screen, which is the first screen you see when you first load the app. And this screen contains HTML, which the user can modify. And to modify it, you just simply go to the edit guide content. And here you can enter, obviously, text. You make them bold, italics, bullet items, and so forth. But you can also include links. And here we have the categories of links, which range from audio, images, to video, and other things that are useful for a travel app. And you can also embed most of those, the ones that make sense, into the HTML itself. So instead of a link, it's an actual widget right on the page. And again, audio, image, video, and so forth, places. All right, so now continuing on with the edit, we have chapters and sections, which are a way to organize HTML content into pages that then can be linked, so that you can create a multi-page guide. For example, you could have a page that shows hotels, a page that shows the weather information, things like that. You can add or edit groups. You can add or edit categories. Then you can set, there are certain attributes like favorites, visited, must see, hidden. Hidden is when you want a place to be included in the guide but not shown until you specifically want it to be shown, and then it will be shown at that point. And these are a way to set, so for example, set visited. You can set these individually, but this is a way to set multiple and with one, just more easily to do multiple ones. So it's a time saver. All right, then we have the user, things like log out. Of course, we're logged in. If we were logged out, it would show login, register, other relevant menu items. You can delete the account, reset the password, which sends you an email basically. Then there's settings. You can increase the size of the font so that for better readability. Uploading images. So you don't have to upload the images. You can link to a URL, and that image can be anywhere you want on another server. But if you do upload them, they get resized, and there's two sizes that are created: a small thumbnail and a medium size. Now, the reason we do this is for efficiency. The app will load content faster if the images are smaller, and you use up less bandwidth. So for example, when you go to places, there's a lot of images, and these are the thumbnails. So there's no sense loading a large one in this case. So getting back here, just to continue, guide is probably the biggest menu. Options, there's refresh guide, which basically goes back to the cloud and reloads the same guide. If, let's say you made a lot of changes and you're not happy and you don't want to undo them, well, you can just reload the guide. Travel Wizard is a way to use artificial intelligence to answer common travel related questions to specific places you're going to. Let's see, then there's previous guide. One guide can load another guide, and then you can go back by clicking on previous guide. You can create a new guide, you can copy an existing guide, and that's useful for a number of reasons. One of which is if somebody shares their guide, you can't modify their guide, but you can make a copy of it if they let you, and then you can modify your copy of it. Overwrite is useful for collaboration. So multiple people can overwrite on the same guide. Now you have to be careful with not overwriting each other's changes, but at least it lets you do that. Create journals from photos is a new interesting feature. basically you can, let's say you go on a trip, you take a bunch of photos, and now what do you do with those photos? Well, this is a way to upload the photos and then automatically create a travel journal just by selecting the photos. It will put them on the map. It will create an itinerary, a schedule basically, and an itinerary. All three things are automatically created. And so one way is, for example, you could start with a blank guide and then create a travel journal with just a few clicks. So you can rate the guide, you can get guide info, you can send the link to the guide. So if you want to share your guide so other people can view it, you can send either through WhatsApp or an email, you can send them a link. And then you can also launch it in the web app. So even from a mobile phone, you can launch it and see what it looks like. Now, obviously, on a bigger screen, it will look different, actually better, because there's more. The screen is bigger, so we can put multiple types of information on the same screen, so you get a better usability. All right, save obviously is for saving info. There's about help. There's a bunch of help videos, facts, frequently asked questions, help, guidelines. Guidelines are basically, the way we expect good users to behave, and obviously, just common sense things. Website and contact us if you have any issues. All right, so now guides is a way to, so they're separated into three. There's guides that are yours, so you created. There's the feature guides, and let's go into that one. Feature guides, there's over 400 feature guides. They are from all over the world, and you can start with one of those guides and then modify it, make it, customize it. Let's see, there we go to places. So places are, the places in the guide. And let's see, for each place, there's a menu. You can center the place. You get directions from this place, or as a waypoint or direction to the place. You can show place info, set as the current location, which is useful for getting distances. You can add it to the schedule. Web resources, basically, they're basically web searches that are made easy for you. So it'll search the web for finding images, videos, articles, but it can also show you Street View, get weather, or show it in Google Maps. Of course, edit. Combine places is, let's say you did go on a trip. You start with the guide, you go on a trip, now you have your own photos. Well, now you're going to have and you may have added the place that you went to see. Now you have two entries for the same. You can combine them into one, and so that it's the same place, so you don't need to repeat it. Let's see. So no, okay. So then we have now the back button just takes you back to the previous screen. Search is a text search on items on this page. Add will add a place, a path, or an area. Now, place, all of these are places, including paths and areas are really considered places. But the difference is a path is like if you're going to go on a walk, it's the path that you're going to take, or directions, driving directions, or bicycle path. An area is like a neighborhood. You can draw an area on the map, and so let's say the downtown area, so you can see it visually. Filters, you can filter by a number of criteria: favorites, visited, not visited, must see, day, schedule, other places, specific places, the place type, groups, categories, distance, and so forth. And then sort, you can sort by the name of the place, category, group, rating, distance, or date. All right, so now we go to map. Map similarly has a back button. It has a similar find. It's a text find on items on this page. But then the search, which is also an add, has the same three as on the places screen, but it has a few additional ones like create places from photos. So this is similar to create travel journal from photos, but this will only create the places. You can do multiple. It does not automatically create a schedule. You can do that manually later, or an itinerary. Then there's the Google text and category search, and there's the Wikipedia text search. Now the search in Google Maps, along with the last three, search in Foursquare, search in Yelp, search in Happy Cow, those actually leave the app and they take you to these other apps with one important point, which is they send to those applications the location where you're looking. So it starts to look in the correct location, and then you do your search and you come back to this app. And let's see, let's go to schedule. Schedule, you can actually have more than one schedule. This guide has 4 schedules, the main plus 3 others. Let's see, each event has a menu item. You can center the event. So for example, if an event is just one place, it just centers that one place. But an event could contain more than one place, so it centers. That's even more obvious when you do the day. So let's say Sunday, right? Filter by this day. So what it does is it takes all the places for the visited on that day, and it filters so that you can show just those on the map. So it's a good way to focus on just the items or the places you're going to see that day. But you can also set different start times and things like that. And then there's the menu for the guide menu. Let's see. There's you can choose a schedule. Show the itinerary, shows it as HTML. Change start date is important. Let's say you copy a guide from somebody that was sharing a guide, but of course, you're gonna go on vacation on a different day because that vacation probably happened in the past. You can change the start date, so it makes it easy for you to customize from that point on. And let's see, last but not least, we have the tickets page, and basically this is what keeps the app free. Is that if people choose to navigate to this page, and if they choose to buy tickets that they would normally buy anyway from people, companies like Booking.com and so forth, then a small part of that goes towards keeping this app free. And that's it. Thank you.